So what I want to show you today is how to easily get any socket colors you want using the different methods that there are. First of all, let me explain how item bases work and socket colors. So socket colors are dependent on item base. So as you can see here on the top, we have quality, armor, evasion. This means that this item is an armor evasion base, meaning that is strength and dexterity. Comparing it to, for example, this helmet that only has armor, it means that this is an armor base. Now comparing this, that only has evasion, it is only going to have an evasion base. So now what we can expect is that whenever I use a chromatic orb, most of these sockets are going to turn green. Quite frequently. As you can see, there's at least 2, 3, sometimes you do get those off colors, of course, but you are going to get a majority of green. Same thing with this, a majority of red. Now with this, it's going to be possibly, and most probably, mostly red and green. And I can't do that with a chromatic orb. Now why? Because the item is corrupted. But I'll get to corrupted items a little bit later. So if you're in early league, and let's say that you did manage to get a rather good drop, what you can do, and let's check the links as well, what you can do in order to get off colors. So let's say that you do want to place blue gems into these shoes, right? So what you can quite easily and cheaply do, and let's say that you want all 4 of them to be blue. So for non-corrupted items, this is quite easy because all you can do is go to sockets. Now why do we want 2 sockets? Because sockets go from top left, top right, bottom right, and bottom left. So if we go to 2 sockets, we can basically guarantee ourselves these 2 blue sockets for only 25 chromatic orbs. That's going to be instantly easy. Now we go back to socket, and now what we want to do is, instead of costing us a lot of chromatic orbs, we can use jeweler orbs. Jeweler orbs are going to be much cheaper. So that means that we can now click 3 sockets and hope for an off color. Then we do the same thing. So now, as you can see, we got an off color. Let's say that we didn't get it now. Like, okay, we got it twice. So we got an off color. It's not the color that we want. We want blue, right? So now we go back to clicking 2 sockets, and it's going to keep our 2 blues, as you can see here. And then we go back to 3 sockets and 2 sockets and 3 sockets. So every craft like this right now is only going to cost you 4 jeweler's orbs, and instead of chromatic orbs, which will destroy these 2 blue. So you guarantee yourself the sockets, and you can just keep rolling the jewelers, which is a very low cost, in order to get those 3 sockets that are blue. And let's say that you do need, whatever, you just keep doing this. It's just for the cost of 4 jewelers each try. And if this is a very specific thing that you very specifically, okay, now we're getting unlucky. There we go. We got 3 blue, and now you do the same thing basically for 4 sockets. There we go, 4 blue sockets. And now all you can do is link 4 link sockets, boom. 4 off colors on our shoes. The same thing applies to this. Now this is also going to look the same way. We just go sockets, 2 sockets. Let's say that also on this we want blue. So what we can do, just type in blue, 2 blue sockets, boom, guaranteed, sockets. And you want to do 3 sockets and 4 sockets. Okay, 3, 4. Okay, let's close this because it's gonna keep jumping. 3 and 4. And you just repeat this process until you get the socket colors that you want. So when you want to focus on these, force your off colors on the easy craft, force them by using 2 or even 3 colored sockets, and then just play around with the sockets itself. And that's just the easy way to get off colors on certain items, especially if they're 4-linked. But what do we do if we have, for example, a corrupted item? Well, with corrupted items, what you can do to force colors is, for example, let's say you need 3 blue on this, right? Which is going to be quite difficult due to the armor evasion rating. So if we type in blue, we can essentially guarantee ourselves another 2 blue sockets, but we don't want to remove sockets because that is going to be expensive. We want to keep all 4 since it's a 6-link already. So essentially it is going to be better to just do 120 chromatic and 120 vols, just to ensure yourself those 3 blue sockets like this, and now you're going to have another 3 random ones. So this is the only downside of doing this method because, well, unfortunately, you are going to you randomize 3 sockets, but you force 3. So it's going to be quite intuitive as well, Since if you know that you need, for example, 2 green, 1 red, or 2 red, 1 green, like in this case, you see that the base of the item is armor evasion, so it's going to be always easy to get these 3 colors to be red or green. As you can see, if I continue this, 2 red, 1 green, 2 red, 1 green, 2 green, 1 red. It applies the same thing, and this is how you can do that. Essentially, also what you can do is use tainted chromatic orbs. This is just complete RNG, meaning it can easily go into 6 blue sockets if you are lucky or unlucky. As you can see here, 4 blue sockets. This is just completely random. You can also have a lot of red, you can have a lot of blue. To my knowledge, the base is not important with tainted chromatic orbs. If I'm not mistaken, then please do let me know in the comments below if I'm wrong. And that would pretty much be it. And if you are having difficulties, let's say that you don't have a really good item, and this unique item or this item, the 6th link, is very common, then try to find socket colors that are going to be easy to find for you. So if it's not a corrupted item, getting colors is quite easy. All you can do is spam chromatic orbs or just force it through your bench. It's not going to cost any vol orbs. If the item is corrupted, then try to buy items that also have your socket colors already there. Now, even if it's one-off, it's going to probably reroll everything if you're just going to use a tainted chromatic orb. But those are the methods in order to get really easily really good sockets that are going to be effective for your build. And this is what you want, this is what you need, and then that's what you can go for. See, like for example, on my boots, I have armor energy shield, and I do have 3 blue on here. It is an energy shield base. But let's look at, for example, these gloves. Evasion rating. As you can see here, I have 3 red and 1 blue, and it's very easy to do that, and there's no problem in any way to get off colors, and they are quite cheap to do as well. So that's all. So thanks for watching for today's video, and I hope you have a good one. Peace out.